Hello from the Hashknife. 2024 has been a busy year so far, and we have about 3 or 4 months left to go. So, I'm going to give you an update on what we've been doing this very quiet YouTube year. Today's update is going to go over 7 main things. One of them being one of the most important ones. It's a life event. My brother has decided to get married. He's found the girl for him, and they will be getting married here on the ranch. That also leads to another thing. We have been super busy this year, even though we continue to try and share things as often and as frequently as possible on social media, not just here on YouTube, but also on Facebook and Instagram. But the big thing is that we have been doing some renovations in the house, partly inside of our house and partly outside of it, as an addition to the ranch that hopefully will be going forward in the future towards some what would be agritourism type of environment. This will always be a working ranch. If people want to come and see what it really looks like to be a working ranch, not a dude ranch, we're not going to cater to people and make sure that they have the time of their life type experience. It would be if you want a hands-on experience to see what a real ranch is doing, a small, average size ranch, then this would be the place for you. That's what some of our stuff has been doing this year in terms of renovations. So we've been very busy, but very quiet on social media. This has been one of those years where we're really kind of trying to build a foundation for hopefully a future where people can come enjoy this. And that leads back to the wedding. Potentially, it might be a small wedding venue if people are interested. We're not going to try and place our focus towards making this a wedding venue, but if that might be an option for people, if they see this, they enjoy it. We've got some great backdrops with some prairie that way, some mountains that way. It's always a possibility. So we're kind of testing that out with not only my brother, but he said, we want to go cheap. We're trying to do this on a budget. We'd like to do it at the ranch if possible. And my parents said, let's do it. So that's led to the next thing, which is a lot of cleaning. We have had a plan for where the reception will be. It's a great location. It used to be where kind of a junk pile was, and that's helped remove, not only as an excuse, get rid of junk, but also just help my brother and his fiance out. That, if you want to see some of that, check that out on the Hashknife Kid channel, YouTube shorts. That's everything that's for this channel, just in the short vertical form. And we've taken out all that stuff, placed it where it should be, and removed 2 trailers full of scrap metal that was literally not useful. We went through it one by one. Is this usable? Is that not? What is it? Where can we put it? We've made a shelf. We put a bunch of stuff away so that we can squirrel that away for future projects if we need. Everything that was unusable or destroyed or so rusted and corroded, we just got rid of it. What else have you been doing? Well, we've been doing regular ranch maintenance on top of all of that. The renovations have really taken a lot of our energy during these warm months before the winter comes, because frankly, our winter season is much longer being in the northern hemisphere than our warmer season. So we have been focused on trying to knock this stuff out, weather things in before the winter so that we can take care of the interior things at a later time. In the interim, when there's opportunities, we're always going out. We're checking the cows. We're placing mineral in front of them, keeping them okay. We've learned that a garlic-based mineral has helped reduce a lot of flies on the cows. So that's a change from what we used to have with IGR compound in the mineral. That's no longer it was getting very expensive. So we tried to look at something else. We heard this garlic substitute. We reduced a little bit of our cost on that, and it's actually working better. So we're going to stick with that for a while until it doesn't, and then we will readjust. But on top of that, we've also had to go and fix fence. Cows got out one day, had to go fix the fence. We're trying to move horses around a little bit as Bentley's finishing up his breeding season with our mares. And then once he's done with that, we will be putting the mares back out to the pasture, and he'll be going into his small stud pasture for the winter. And we've just been continuing to try and fix things, keep them going. It's really been more of a let's keep this running while we can state as we focus on trying to get this project done. Once the cows were done eating the pasture in the small lease that we have near us, that's about 150 acres, that small group came home. The grass said it couldn't stand the herd anymore. It was getting a little too run down. So we pulled them off and we let the grass grow now for the next year. And they are now on the ranch with the replacement heifers. And they are actually right behind me. They're out there grazing and enjoying life in a little bit bigger pasture because we've opened 2 of them up, the calving pasture and the well pasture, for them to migrate amongst. Moving the cows back led to the next thing, which is butcher animals. That video will be coming out in the upcoming months once the process is done. We are starting our finishing process for 9 animals that will be sent to slaughter for some consumers that have bought from us, and then of course 1 for ourselves. We had a heifer that did not breed up, apparently. She was identified as a bred heifer last year. She did not actually calf. She never had a calf this year. Something either went wrong or whatnot. And she didn't seem to be breeding up this year. So we pulled her out of the herd. We added her to the butcher heifer and steer population. And so she's being finished out and we will be eating her. The other 9 are being fed out via the grain finishing process. So twice a day, we're out there putting some grain in front of them. Right now it's only 3. It's our heifer and 2 steers for 2 local consumers. And then the other 7 will be slowly fed out over the next couple months. We had a butcher back out on us, which led to a expedited feed out time for this set. They'll be short 2 days. Normally we do a 65-day feed out. This will be a 63-day feed out. It's not going to make that big a difference, thankfully. That's why we were able to get ahead of it. We tried to stay ahead of that, maintain a good relationship and communication with butchers. This butcher's proven, unfortunately, over the last couple of years to just not want to reciprocate. So it looks like we're going to be changing our business with them in the future. And we'll be going to a more reliable butcher, which has been giving us better results anyway over the last few years, which is fantastic. We're looking forward to working with them more and probably butchering some more animals over the time. Because of that, we still take some time to get the butcher process done. I have to film that. Of course, 65 days is over 2 months. And then when you space that over 10 animals, it's closer to 3 or 4 months process. So I will be showing that to you upon the conclusion of that, or the very close conclusion of it, and kind of show not only the animals and what they look like before, during the process, and then after, but then also, for example, our heifer, we will use that as a good observation of what the packaged meat looks like for you folks when you go to look and say, hey, if I were to buy an animal this size, what's it going to look like on my dinner plate or in the packaging that I put into my freezer or fridge? That's very helpful to some people. They've asked for that. So we're looking forward to showing that. You don't know, school started. So my mom's back to teaching. I'm finishing up what hopes to be my final semester in graduate school. Then I can go out and find myself a real job. And that's all exciting and good, but it's all coming quickly. So we're trying to put everything together, keep you guys informed of what's going on with the ranch while we can, because again, we've been very busy. So I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you enjoy everything we keep trying to show you and provide to you, whether it's once or twice a week. And right now it's on the once a week schedule. We'll try and get back twice a week as we can. But like I said, I hope you enjoy what we have to provide. If you don't mind, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. And if you have anything that you would like us to show, like I said with the butcher beef, I'm going to show some of what it looks like on the backside. So this is the live animal. Then they go to the butcher. This is what comes out. This will be in your freezer. Somebody asked me that on TikTok one time. Hey, can you show me what it looks like on the backside? What's it look like when I have a package of burger, this size animal? It's a 1,000-pound animal. When it's finally slaughtered, what does it look like in terms of the meat? Never thought of that because I've seen that my entire life. If you have a question like that, let me know so that we can make a video like that and share it with you so that you have a better understanding of what we're trying to get across, or you have your curiosity satiated to an extent. So if you want to know something more about the horses, about the cows, let me know. Comments below. Thanks. Until you're better paid.